Hello and welcome to another edition of The Breakdown. This is one of your hosts, Jacob, aka Gator. I'm in here at my sassy Queen, Lala, and Slow. We finna talk about something that, I don't know, on social media here lately, it's been the topic of conversation. Everybody's been talking about it. What I've been seeing on social media, especially here lately, is a lot of women saying that there are certain things they need to be in a relationship. And the synopsis of it, to me, what I'm getting from it, is they need money. They ain't talking about dating. They're not talking about going out. They ain't talking about, well, some of them are talking about that, but the whole thing surrounds money financially. If you can't pay my bills, I ain't dealing with it. If you can't help me this way and that way, we not doing that. And it always comes back to the money part of it. On the Man Cave, y'all listen to the Man Cave for this week. There was a conversation about this that kind of, I don't know, I took it a certain type of way. And you have to check out the Man Cave. Make sure y'all check out the Man Cave and all other shows that's on Tone Deaf Network. Yeah, we had a guest in the Man Cave with us. And y'all know we don't have too many women that come into the Man Cave. But this is one of her friends, Cal, who runs the Man Cave, and our CEO, well, one of our CEOs, their friend. So she came in, she was talking about the financial thing, and when you got to listen to the show. I ain't gonna get into it. You just gotta listen to the show. I got my input in, Cal put his input in, Tom put his in, and we were talking about this thing. Here lately on social media, if you're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, a lot of women have been saying things about this financial thing and dating. There's one lady in particular that was sent to me. A video was sent to me. I couldn't find out her name, who she is on social media. I just saw it because it was a post that someone else grabbed and put it on their page, and they sent it to me and said, "Hey, check this out." So I decided we was gonna do a show about it. And as usual, I took it a certain type of way. Now, it might just be me. I don't know. Y'all can let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But I'm gonna play this video and let y'all hear it. So y'all check out this video real quick.
It's the half of 2019. I don't want another motherfucking nigga to offer to take me out to eat, to take me to the movies, to take me nowhere. Unless y'all fucking ask me, can y'all pay my motherfucking bills? Straight up. You want me to give you my time, you want me to come to kill, you want me to get my motherfucking hair done, my makeup done and everything else, just to come out and go on a motherfucking date, and we ain't talking about no bills. Okay? Real men get time from me. Real men get the fuck with me. Cause real men pay bills. You little motherfucking boys want to take a bitch out to eat, take a bitch to the movies. I don't want to do that 2019. The only thing I want from a nigga is my bill paid. Straight up. We can't do nothing else but that. I'm trying to secure the bag. And the motherfucking bag can be secured and worth it.
Wow. So basically, that's her whole synopsis. She wants the bag. She wants her bills paid. She ain't talking about going on no dates. She don't want to hear none of that. She don't want to hear nothing about going out to eat. She don't want to hear none of that. I thought, now it's just me, it's Gator, it's Jacob, it's just me. I thought that's what it was about when you're dating. You go out to get to know the person.
Right.
To me, I figured you go out to eat, you have good conversations, you talking about each other, telling each other different things, whatever they want to know about you, and you get an understanding of where this person is coming from. Now, my question is this something new, or has this been going on for a while? Because I ask this because for the last 4 days, I personally have seen posts, videos, conversations on social media about this very subject. And a lot of women, not all women, I ain't gonna say a lot. I on my timeline, I was seeing this a lot. So I don't know. I mean, I got quite a few people on my friends list, on my Twitter that I'm following or that's following me, that even Instagram, that are talking about this situation. So is this new? Is this old? That's what I want to know. What do you do? Also,
I think we have to. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think we have to consider the source. So I don't think that it's, anything new. But I just think that, it's just these females, this new breed of females. Mm-hmm. I can't say she's a gold digger because she's not really digging for gold. What she's looking for is, something temporary. Basically, I just can't even understand her logic. It's one thing to say, you're dating a person, you're trying to get to know this person, and you want to make sure that before you entertain a relationship with someone, that they're going to be financially stable, financially stable, at least be able to take care of themselves. But, finance is something that you have to think about when, it's somebody that you'll possibly have children with, somebody that you're, possibly going to marry. I mean, marriage is typically the goal in most cases. So finances does matter to an extent because, you get pregnant, who's going to pay the bills? If you have to be on bed rest, those kind of things. So finances do come into play at some point. However, it sounds like she's talking about like first and second and third dates, she doesn't want to do. She just wants somebody who's going to pay her bills. And it doesn't work like that at all.
But dang, what she said though. See, now that part, I would understand.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm saying she's wrong. She's wrong. Like it doesn't work like that. And I'm saying I can't say that like you shouldn't be worried about someone's finances in the dating stage at all because that's unrealistic. You know what I mean? Especially like I said, if marriage is the goal and you're not just casually dating, just to date. But the way that she's saying it, like she's got it all wrong because when you're in the dating stages, the other person is not responsible for you, for one. So why would someone be paying your bills like that? Doesn't even know you. That's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. She just sounds, lazy. She wants somebody to take care of her, whatever. And that's just not how that works. It sounds like.
And for y'all that's gonna jump on this, it's like, you know what? That's some ugly broad saying that she's not an ugly female. She did have on makeup. So I don't know, but there are women that wear makeup that are pretty.
Her personality makes her ugly, though.
Yeah.
So whether she's, beautiful or cute or not, you know what I mean? Like that definitely makes her ugly. She doesn't carry herself as a lady, period. In no way.
That part definitely came off of it because I don't know. I posted it a few places. Well, the breakdown like page, the group on my personal page. A few of my comments in some groups that I saw in Pacific, like the person who posted this via Facebook. This post has over 25,000 comments. There's 15,000 shares. Just so you know how viral this is going. Not counting Twitter, not counting the conversation on Instagram. This is just Facebook. I did see a lot of women saying, Lord, what's wrong with this female? She got some issues. There's a lot of women on here commenting on her looks and her personality, like what you was just talking about, that her whole personality makes her ugly and the type of dudes that she's been dating.
And you know what? That's what I was gonna say. Because she is the quality of female that she is, she probably attracts nothing but broke guys. You know what I mean? She probably attracts guys who just wanna, they'll take you out to eat. They probably take her for a little 2 for $20, whatever, and they probably get what they want from her, and that's it. And she's probably in a stage where she's probably like, okay, I'm tired of dealing with these broke guys. But it's like, that's what you accept, that's what you attract. You know what I mean? That's the behavior that you allow. So you have to be mad at yourself. You're not going to go from dealing with broke guys and stuff now to somebody who's just paying your bills that you're not even dating. Like, so you basically want to prostitute, is what you're saying, is what I'm getting. Because nobody's just gonna, I mean, how do you even, so what, you meet a guy and he's like, hey, can I have your number? And she's like, are you paying these bills? Like, you know what I mean? Because even that type of guy, because you have some that will be down for the challenge, like, yeah, hey, if that's what you want me to do, I'll pay your bills. But you're not gonna get that for free. They're not gonna do that for free. They don't know you. Yeah. They don't. It's one thing to be like, okay, I've been dating this person, and we've been involved. We've spent time together, or we've been sexually involved, whatever the case may be, and he's willing to take care of me. He's willing to make sure that I'm good. That's a whole nother story. From you just meet somebody, you're saying that you don't want to go on a date, you don't want to go out to eat, you don't want to do any of those things. So you mean to tell me that you expect just to meet people and be like, yeah, so what's up with you paying these bills? That doesn't make sense.
Okay, so I'm looking at our page. There is a comment from Gloria Barney, who basically said, it looks like she does pay for that good makeup. And I'm not saying anything about hair, but that is pricey. So she's looking good, smelling nice, perfume, makeup for only a man or men who will discuss paying some of her bills. Wow. I'm just out here wondering if a man will be in love with me at the same time I'm in love with him. She's young and pretty. Many guys want that. Maybe she knows her worth in regards to some potential men. That's temporary anyway. And basically, that's what you was just saying. It's a temporary fix.
Yeah. Because it's not going to go nowhere. It's not going to go nowhere. Because she's basically saying, like I said, like, okay, if a guy say, hey, you're beautiful, can I have your number? She's like, well, you gonna pay these bills? So you mean to tell me the first time that a guy calls you after you've given him your number, and he's like, hey, can I take you out sometime? And she's like, no, but you can pay these bills. What? Lady, I don't even know you. Like, I don't know you. I have no reason to want to be like, oh, you know what? She's pretty thorough. I want to help her out. Whatever the case may be. Like, listen, don't sell yourself short. Don't get me wrong. Like, my mom didn't raise no fool. I'm going to say that. And I'm not, and you definitely have to know your worth. There's nothing wrong with that. But she's going about it the wrong way. She's going to still end up attracting, let's say she, meets a guy and, he gives her a number. He's like, hey, can I take you out? And she's like, well, you going to pay one of these bills? And he's like, yeah, I'll pay. What bill you need me to pay? And she's like, oh, my gas bill. My gas bill is $150, right? And he says, we can go pay that right now, right? So they go pay the bill, and then, they go out to eat or whatever, they hang out. If she's not interesting, if she's not doing anything for that $150, she won't get another $150 out of him. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you like this. All right, y'all know I'm usually about the ladies. I get beat up on in the man cave because of that. A lot of guy mentality is, if I'm paying for something, what's coming back in return? What am I receiving if I'm gonna pay for something? There's a lot of guys out here that be willing, like you just said, okay, I'll pay your bill, but in the back of their head, they like, it better go down, and like, I know that much. I'm just saying, that's a lot of guys' mentality. Those that are willing to do so. Some of them are, let's say, generous in that way and will do it. But from what she's saying to me, and maybe I'm wrong, you can correct me, it sounds like this needs to be continuous. You gonna pay my bills or not? Like, this is not a one-time thing. This is not like, okay, I'm gonna pay your bills and we go out. No, you gonna pay my bills next month too? What about the month after that? What?
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't expect it to be, even in, and I'm not, and trust me, I'm not saying, because trust me, there are some guys that when they are pursuing you, if they, if you look bad enough, or, whatever the case may be, and you look like you're somebody, or you seem like somebody that they want to pursue, then, sorry for my background noise. But if you look like somebody, that they want to pursue, or they feel like it might be worth it in the long haul, some guys will hang in there. They might pay that $150 for the bill and not, expect nothing that night, because they're hanging in there, because they know eventually they're going to wear you down. And you know what I mean? Like, they feel it sooner or later. So if you're, dragging them along, at some point they're going to get tired of that. And that's why I said, that's just temporary. Okay, so let's say you found a guy to pay your bills for, let's say 2 months. Let's say this goes on for 8 weeks or so. And you got him to pay your bills for 2 months, or, whatever. Which I doubt that he's paying all of your bills. He might be paying a bill, depending on how, thirsty he might be, or how much access to money he may have. But okay, so let's say after the 2 months, and he's like, all right, now the jig is up. Like, what we doing? Like, what are we doing? Because we're not getting to know each other. We're not going out on dates. We're not doing any of those things, because you'd rather me give you the money than for us to go out or, get to know each other, whatever the case may be. So at what point am I going to get something in return? So guys may not necessarily be that like, I'm going to get something in return tonight, or I'm going to get something in return right now. Especially the older guys, they're a little more patient. But, they'll hang in there a little bit. But she's going about it all wrong. Like I said, it's one thing to say, okay, I want to make sure that this person is financially stable, and make sure that if we were to get into something serious, they would at least be able to take care of themselves, because I'm not going to take care of anybody, and then also too, like, if it's something where we're thinking, where I'm saying, okay, listen, I'm seriously dating because I want to get married, then if a financial stability is something that I'm looking for in my partner, then of course you want to make sure that those things line up. But that's like after you've been dating and you're thinking about okay, this
being
is
in a
probably
relationship.
somebody who,
Yeah.
right, this is somebody
Yeah.
who I could see myself with. Maybe we need to start talking about, you know, asking some tougher questions. You know, maybe we need to start having a different conversation at this point to make sure that this is the right direction I want to go in. She, like I said,
agree.
it's going to be temporary. She's going to continue to find herself back in that same place because she's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But these new age chicks, they have no shame in their game, none at all.
Oh no, none. I was talking about this on the Man Cave, and the young lady was like, "I feel so bad for you. You just got a generous heart. You're gullible." Basically, what she was saying, because I talked about relationship that I was in for a minute, and I don't know. She brought up, okay, I don't know if I talked about this on the show like that, but where I was dating someone, and from Jump Street, her coming to where I was at the time, I wasn't here, but where I was, I had my own place, all this kind of stuff. I was working security in-house. The basic job description was for me to live on the property. I didn't have to pay rent. That was a part of my job. My job was, my rent was taken care of, and I was paid a good, nice little sum on top of it. And so, from jump, her coming to where I was, there was no asking, yo, I need this paid, and I need that paid. My electric bill, this and that. I didn't have to do that. That wasn't going on. It wasn't a question. Well, things turned around. Situations happened, which I ain't gonna get into. There was a time where I needed help. Mind you, a year and a half, about almost 2 years into her being with where I was moving to. She moved to the state and everything. I asked her for help. That's when it became a problem. It was an issue. I don't know if it was because I wasn't asking for help in the beginning, or if I was told that's not a part of what we agreed on. We didn't agree on that. So her feelings was like, yo, I ain't finna help you with no bills or nothing like that. That's not, nah. And so I lost my job, and the very next day she decided to leave. Is that the same mentality?
Kind of. I mean, it depends. So she was staying with you.
She was staying with me. I
Right.
didn't have to ask her for help. There was no, yo, first of the month, I need some help on these bills. It wasn't none of that. The conversation never happened.
It depends. I mean, I feel like it was definitely selfish of her because, like I say, I'm not going to take care of no grown man. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
However, if it's a situation where we're together, we're living together, you know, whatever the case may be, you fall on hard times, okay, you know, I'm going to hold us down, you know, whatever. Now, if she left the next day, she really didn't give it no time to work out because you could have gotten a job that next week and y'all could have been cool and you may not have actually needed no, you know, real help
and
from
honestly,
her. So if you ask me, she just bailed.
Yeah, because what happened, well, I didn't get a job next week, but I did get
But I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like when you're in a relationship and you care about somebody, you know, you love this person or whatever the case may be, you're not just going to bail that next day. You know, the first sign that something happens, you're just going to, you know, bail out. But at the same time, we don't know what she's been through in her past. It could be that, you know, maybe she had a you know, boyfriend or relationship where she was primarily taking care of everything. And maybe she's like, listen, I'm not never, ever going to take care of another man. Now, it's still wrong of her to have bailed on you. Don't get me wrong. But we have to stop and think about the why. So if she didn't have nothing like that happen in the past where she's like, well, look, I just can't, whatever, regardless to what happened in her past, it's still not fair to you. She should not have bailed, especially not like the next day. That's just crazy. But, that may be, her reasoning behind that. It may not be that she's just looking for, somebody. And the thing about the girl in the video is she's just looking for anybody to pay her bills.
Yeah, that's what
anybody.
Like.
It don't even matter who it is. It doesn't matter if there's any attraction. It doesn't matter, if none of that. It doesn't matter if it's temporary. If you just want to pay these bills and then I find somebody else to pay them next month, you know what I mean? Like, that's how she's coming across. So I can't really say that the two are the same, but the lady in your situation, I mean, she was definitely wrong for that. And I feel like maybe she was needing a reason to leave the relationship. And maybe that was just her way out. Or maybe she panicked and got anxiety about it. Like, oh no, this is not going to be like the last time where I got stuck taking care of us, by myself.
Because it was funny to me, and I talk about my personal business anyway, how quickly she jumped back into something else. To me, it was kind of, I don't know, that was kind of quick.
How quick are we talking?
We talking like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I saw social media pictures change.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
know.
Like,
now let me say this.
Wait a minute.
Now, the feelings probably were not there, whatever.
Yeah.
But she probably was over the relationship, especially if she could just, up and leave like that. I mean, there's no question about that. But let me say this, and this is something that I witnessed firsthand, which is really crazy. So, well, I won't really give her a title, but a friend of mine, she had been, her and her son's father, they had been like going at it on and off probably for like a year and a half, close to 2 years. And, they were like still living together kind of on and off. They were arguing. She would leave and go to her dad's house. But she was living there. That was her address and everything. So, they like finally had a final thing, whatever. She packed up her stuff, some of it. She packed up, what she could. She took it with her. She left. Well, because she, was down in the dumps and she was trying to get over it because she knew that she should have left him alone a long time ago. She wanted to go out and have a drink. So she's like, oh, let's go get wings, whatever, maybe we'll grab a drink. I'm like, okay. So we get wings. I'm a little sports bar, whatever. And she meets this guy. And, he's like, oh, I know you're with your girlfriend right now, but like, maybe we can hang out later when you guys are done, whatever. Maybe I could take you for a drink, okay. So we went to the bar after that, and then he ended up asking her if he could meet up with us. So he did. And like from that day on, they've been in a relationship. And I mean, not from that day on, they've been in a relationship. Let me step back. From that day on, they got to know each other better. And probably within, 3 to 4 weeks now, they were like a situation. You know what I mean? Like they were spending time with each other every day, whatever. She did not know this man prior to that. Now, we know mutual friends of his, but we never met him. Like, we didn't know him. We happen to know, like, his son's mom and stuff like that. But I'm just saying that to say that things do happen that way sometimes. It may not necessarily be that person, like, I am a witness to the fact that she did not know this man from a can of paint at all. Didn't know him, never spoke to him, nothing prior to that. And she went to the bar 3 days after they broke up. And this guy was like, he just kept pursuing her. And, so they ended up, like I said, talking, being really good, getting to know each other, deciding that they wanted to date. They went out. I mean, they were like going out every day, meeting up, having like little picnics and just sitting and talking, going to go get like a little $1 ice cream cone, just simple stuff, just like really getting to know each other. And they just kind of hit it off in that 3 weeks time. Next thing you know, they're together. They're in a relationship. And now they've been together for like a year now. Yeah, they've been together for like a year now. You know what I mean? So just because somebody moves on fast doesn't mean that they were necessarily like cheating or, that there was any funny business. It could be that they have been over the relationship, that they are emotionally already attached. Because that's one thing about women, like we leave emotionally and mentally. We're done with a relationship way before we actually leave. Like when it's time to break up, our mind is already made up. Like we already know.
You already gone.
Right. You've been gone for a while, but you just been trying to hang in there to try to, possibly see if it'll work, whatever. And sometimes it's for the kids. Sometimes it's because you're just like, you really do believe that person's going to change, or, you just have that little inkling of hope. But really, most of the time, months prior to the breakup, we're done. Like, we know that it was a decision that we should have made in most cases. So I can't really say that, she was doing anything foul to other. But she did you wrong, though. She definitely did you wrong. I will give you that.
I'm over it. I ain't tripping about it or nothing. I just find it funny.
You're still talking about it. I don't know how over it
you
are.
It's going on a lot. No, I bring it up as
an example. I'm just messing with you.
As an example of stuff that I'm going through. Yeah. But see, everybody I tell that, or, when we have that conversation or I bring it up on the show, it feels the same way you just...
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, it's not that serious. It's just, it's not something I went through,
No, I get it though. No, I get it. Honestly, I was really just messing with you. That's I know. That's just like my daughter's dad. I bring up my daughter's dad a lot, on the show and when we're, offline and everything. I do mention him a lot because he was my most recent, most serious relationship, I would say, and that is the relationship that I learned the most about myself. You know what I mean? Like, in that I can really say, I held myself accountable, and I can really go back and I can see that's where I grew a lot, and that's where I learned a lot from, is that situation there. So sometimes I bring him up, but it's like, I don't want him. I've been over him.
For real.
3 years in September. And really, honestly, it's probably been about, like I said, it's probably been about 4.5 years since the love has really been lost. You know what I mean? But it'll be 3 years in September. And I mean, I don't, if I wanted him, I could have been had him. So I'm definitely over that situation. But that situation played a major, I mean, seriously, I could call him right now.
Look at you.
I could, but I don't want to, and that's the whole thing about it. Like, for me, like once we've gotten to like a level of disrespect, I can't forget that, and I can't go back. Like, I cannot be attracted to someone who is disrespectful the way that he has been, because I don't forget those things. But I'm a Cancer. I kind of take those things, I take that stuff personal. So that's why, like, I lost any attraction, any type of hope, any type of anything with him a long time ago. At this point, I just want him to be a good father to his daughter. I want us to be able to communicate, like, just basic communication, to be able to co-parent, and that's it. I'm definitely over that situation. But like I said, I will bring him up because I learned the most about myself, in that situation. Yeah. So I'm just messing with you. I know you're over it.
No, I absolutely understand, because it's the same with me. Especially talking about relationships and stuff like that. Communication is especially when kids are involved. Like, I've been talking on the man cave about what's going on with me right now, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot because, for one, my daughter is involved in it.
Yeah.
And like they said on the man cave, because I talk about my relationship with my daughter a lot on the man cave, and that's one way to hit. Like, if you want to hit me, that's how you hit me, through my daughter. There's a situation right now, and everybody knows because I talk about it on the man cave. I talk about it on the breakdown. The reason I stepped or pulled myself back from the dating thing, as far as trying to date somebody to go out or anything, is because of financial reasons. It's been a good little minute since I was, because I was trying to go through this disability situation, and I'm finally getting back into the work thing. Finally.
So do you think that you're taking a step back and not dating because of females like her that are
no, that's not the reason. My whole reason is, as far as dating goes, I'm old school. Especially the first date, especially maybe the first 2 or 3. I feel like, this just me personally, the man should pay for the date, whatever it is we're doing.
Yes, but however,
I just feel that way. But nowadays,
the first date, in my opinion, and I know a lot of women like disagree with this, but in my opinion, the first few dates should be dates that don't cost much.
Yeah,
and I believe that I'm old school in that sense too. I believe that the man should pursue the woman. I believe that, he should offer to take her out on a date, not her asking him, oh, so we're gonna hang out. It should be him inviting her out, and it should be him taking care of, the date or whatever. But I feel like a first date should be, you can sit and talk, at McDonald's over a cup of $1 coffee, or, go to, like the mall, the whatever, go somewhere, Barnes and Noble, wherever, go somewhere where you can like have a cup of coffee or tea if she doesn't drink coffee, whatever, someplace like that, and where you can actually sit and talk to each other, and get to know, because this may your first date, after the conversation that you have on your first date, you might not want a second date. Now you've spent, however much money on this person, this complete stranger who may have just been, wanting the free food or whatever. Maybe somebody who's not genuinely interested in you. But if you go and you have $1 ice cream cone, or whatever, you just go sit by the water, maybe have some fruit, something really cheap, in my opinion, because like I said, it gives you that chance to like really get to know that person. You're just focused on each other. It's not a movie. It's not, a crowded restaurant. It's not. And then in my opinion, as the female, you don't feel so obligated, like, oh, he paid for, this, paid such a great meal, and I don't know if I really want to, go on a second date with him, but, that was a nice first date. You know what I mean? I may not be into him like that, but that was a nice first date. So maybe I'll give him, a second shot. Like, the second date should be because you're really enjoying that person's vibe, and there's so much more that you want to learn about this person or whatever.
Agreed.
So like that's my personal opinion about like the first, date or two. Maybe by the third date, okay, maybe we can go out and like actually have like a sit down meal, or whatever. So I mean, I get where you're coming from, and as a man, we're different in that aspect, with you being a man. But as a man, I know you want to provide and you want to be able to, date. And I know that I've said this before, like, I really feel like if you're at like the lowest point and you know, are not, and not even so much financially stable, but like if you're not working and you can't do anything for yourself, you can't do anything for anybody else. Now that's not
That's
to
what
say.
I'm talking about.
Now that's not to say that you can't meet people and get to know people and that kind of thing. That's not what that means, because you may meet your wife at the lowest point in your life. Like that happens all the time. You know, people meet their spouses at the lowest points of their life sometimes. So that's not to say that you don't deserve to date or anything like that. It's just that, you know, you can't really seriously pursue anybody, you know, pursuing as far as like getting in a serious relationship just because, you know, you don't really have anything to offer yourself, let alone, you know, a relationship is given
Somebody else.
Right,
And
but that doesn't mean that you can't get to know people and have like those dates where you're just, you know, trying to get to know somebody.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But that was the whole reason, though. That's basically why I backed out of it. Like, let me take a break. And honestly, well, I do take breaks after relationships or whatever.
Yeah, you should.
The length of time that I took it, I've never done this before. And I think it was because I purposely took my own advice, because I come on breakdown all the time and say, yo, when you get out of a breakup, you need to take your time and you need to take a break. Even in sex battles, I was saying that all the time. I did it, but I didn't do it. Like, I did it, but I was like, keep it to myself. I ain't really doing nothing. So this time, I actually, and I was in Atlanta when it happened, I actually started going out, like, by myself. Like, I would go to the movies by myself. Or I would be like, hey, you know what? I want to go bowling. By myself.
You have to date yourself.
I might go, especially in Atlanta, because we had that. I had that option to shoot. I'm an actor. I like theater, especially theater. I love stage. I would go downtown and say, oh, they got this playing next month. Me give me a ticket. And go and see a play. You know, whatever the case may be. And yeah, I started doing that, and I liked it. Probably a little too much, because after the fact, sitting down thinking about it, I was getting approached by women, but I wasn't paying no attention. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And
you got comfortable with being by yourself.
Yeah,
sometimes it's easier. Like, sometimes being single is lonely, but other times it's like, it's the freedom that you know, kind of get used to. You're like, man, I can come in when I get out of work and, you know, I can take my shower and go to bed. I don't have to, like, entertain nobody. I don't have to, you know, whatever. And sometimes that feels good. And in all honesty, I never thought, like, I'm one of those people, I'm like, you know, I was definitely made to be, like, I'm supposed to be somebody's wife. I say that all the time. I'm supposed to be somebody's wife. But at the same time, like, sometimes I get so comfortable being single, you know. Trust me, being single gets lonely. And I think what I miss about being in a relationship is, one, you know, I like to cater and all of that. But it's the companionship that I miss when I want the companionship kind of thing. So, like, I mean, I do miss it sometimes, but other times I just get so comfortable. I'm just like, oh man, I'm so glad I don't have like a man to come home to today and do this or do that, or, you know, like, I just really had a rough day. I really just want to soak in a tub and read a book and go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, especially if, like, my daughter is not home and she's at my mom's house. I'm like, okay, I just need this evening, you know, to myself, you know. Like tonight, I stayed, I worked until whenever I felt like it, because my daughter wasn't here, and came home and relaxed. I don't have to entertain anybody. I don't have to get off the phone, because, you know, I'm just kind of comfortable. So, you know, you kind of get used to it too. But you know what I thought about the comment that you said somebody left on the page about the girl is that they were saying like, oh, you know, her makeup she may have expensive makeup and hair and all this kind of stuff, whatever. And my thing is like, okay, if you can afford expensive makeup and hair, so you want to spend your money on being cute, on your hair and your nails and your makeup and stuff, but you want somebody to pay your bills, like all that stuff should come secondary to your bills.
It should.
So that's something that shouldn't even be attractive to a man. You know what I mean? Even if it's somebody. Now you get some guys who like to be needed, right? And they're, you know, Captain Saberhole, we call them. They like the damsel in distress, you know. So some guys would actually be into her, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Because it makes them feel good that they're. But at the same time, it's like that should be unattractive because if you're somebody who has money or works hard for your money or has a little bit of money aside, you can't keep that money with a woman that has that mentality.
Absolutely. You're absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like a good woman is going to help you multiply your money. She's going to help you save. You know, she's not going to be like, oh, okay, I want you to pay all my bills. And, you know, I still need to get my nails, I still need to do this, I still need to do that. Because if you're taking, and how are you, you know, replenishing this money? Not everybody just has money to throw around like that.
Yeah.
So if I was a guy, that would be unattractive to me.
That would be a high shot. But see, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm thinking that she's only attracted to those types where they got the flashy money. They got the money.
Yeah.
Like you can see it. You can see it far off. That okay, boom. Look at the car that he drives. Okay. Oh, look at them shoes like $300. Boom. Okay. Yeah, those types of dudes.
You know what? You're right, because those are probably going to be the guys that would do it. However, like I said, it would only be temporary because you do get. I actually seen a guy like that today driving a Benz truck, and he just looked so out of place. Like he just looked so out of place. I mean, I didn't even know. Like when I say he looked so out of place, like he had on this dingy, dirty T-shirt. His pants. He was kind of a bigger guy. His pants were like falling off his waist. So you know his crack was hanging out. You know, his shoes was ran over. Like he just, you know, he was ratchet as all get out. And he hopped into this Benz truck, and the girl that he had, that, you know, he had a female with him that they went to breakfast. And she seemed more of like a homie, you know what I mean? Like she didn't seem like she was anybody that like he would be attracted to or anything. She just seemed like she was like kind of like a homie. You know, but he seemed like he would be attracted to that. Like he purposely pulled out $100 bill in the breakfast place and was like, yeah, you got change for this? He was like, can you break this? You got change for this? And she was like, let me see. And he was like, no, don't worry, I got smaller bills, it's cool. Like you did that to be flashy. You know what I'm saying? So that type of female right there would probably strokes his ego. You know what I mean? For her to be like, oh, you gonna pay the bill? And him be like, oh, that's nothing. You know, I could pay that bill for you. That's nothing. You know, whatever. But like I said, that's gonna get old. That's gonna get old too. Real quick. You know, even for somebody like that, I would imagine.
Probably just dressing down. You know, I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna dress down. Because I do see that a lot. Like I see. Okay, I got people that I'm cool with and I've been knowing for some years that to see them out and about, you wouldn't recognize me. Like, you wouldn't, I don't know, you wouldn't know they were in the type of line of work that they're in.
Right.
Because of, you know, because of how they look, they just dress down, they just chilling, you know. And I've heard people say, even with being around them, I don't think they heard it, but I heard it when they was like, "Yo, they look like such, 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 and such." And I'm sitting there like, man, if you only knew. You don't know. This cat got money like a bug. And
Yeah,
actually,
and you know
Flo
what?
will tell you, because me and Flo used to work for this cat that, shoot, John was always dressed.
But was he dirty
just
though?
chilling.
But was he?
No,
but
he
was
wasn't
he dirty
dirty.
though? And see, that's what I'm saying.
No,
There's a
he wasn't
difference.
dirty.
There's a difference in like dressing down. Like, you know, I picked up this guy from a very fancy hotel. He got in my car. He don't even look like anybody that would be at that hotel. Like, those hotels are $300 and, you know, probably like $350 at the least, you know, per night. You know, where I picked him up at. He might have been
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
He actually he owns a tech company. Let me tell you. I picked him up and I had to take him downtown because he had a meeting that he had to go to, right? But because he's been here for like a month or something, he was staying at the hotel. And he had been here for a month. Like, what he would do is he would fly back home on the weekends to be with his family. Well, he had to go get his suit and stuff from the dry cleaners. So I picked him up, took him to the dry cleaners, and took him on, you know, wherever he was going, and I dropped him off. Well, that's the reason why he was dressed down. But he was saying that after his meeting, you know, he was going to change back into his regular, you know, clothes, which it was just, you know, he had on like some Sperry's and he had on some like regular little, you know, khaki shorts and like a regular kind of looking t-shirt. He wasn't dirty, but he didn't look like anybody who owns a tech company, you know.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, like he didn't look like that at all. And then I actually ended up getting him again like later on, you know, in the week, and I was taking him to the airport, and he was dressed in his business suit and stuff, and he looked like a totally
completely different. Yeah,
he looked completely different, but he wasn't dirty. He just was dressed down. You know what I mean? He was comfortable. And they say like most people that like those billionaires and stuff like that, you'll catch them in regular clothes. They're not in suits and stuff like that all the time, because when they're relaxed and just doing them, they don't want to have to be, you know, they have to be in the suits and stuff enough, you know what I mean, as it is. So, but no, this guy looked like he literally had just pulled himself from under a car, from working on it. Like, he just definitely like completely looked out of place, like all the way around. But he seems like he seems like the flashy type. Like, I'm pretty sure, you know, that this was morning, it was a breakfast spot, so, you know, he probably just rolled out of bed, didn't brush his teeth, didn't change his, you know, nothing. But I'm pretty sure when he goes out with his friends and stuff, he's probably all flashy looking. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that he attracts those type of females, though, in that video. I'm almost positive. I see it. Because those would be the guys whose ego would get stroked from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know my boy, I'm going back to the ATL. Because my boy wrote this song, said, I look like money, smell like money, talk like money, even walk like money. That's what young Ralph be on it, man. Nah, but that's basically, I wanted to talk about it just because, like I said earlier, that's what I've been seeing lately. Women talking like that, like
no, and I just want to correct you, because it's not a lot of women that you see talking like that. There are some women that you see talking like that, and it gets blown up because it's on social media.
To me, it's a lot, because maybe it's because they on my friends list, or I'm following them, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. That's like this whole hot girl summer stuff. Like, Yeah,
Oh,
and yeah, they're probably, you know, it seems like it's a lot, you know what I mean, but it's really not. And the ones that are, they're young girls, you know, they're, you know, I don't know what's going on. They're girls that's being raised by these, you know, by the internet, by social media, and by, you know, these ratchet female rappers.
See, I don't want to get off subject, but since you brought that up, what does that mean to you?
What?
Like, I've heard women say, "Hot girl summer" means.
Oh, I don't even know what. I don't know what it means.
Everybody.
I don't know.
You don't
I don't
know
know what it. No, I don't know what it means. I've seen it. I've only seen it. You know, I've seen it a few times here and there, and then I seen that this lady was saying, you know, I guess they were, who was it? It was just hilarious. Said, she made a video and she was saying how, you know, everybody is following after all of these, you know, women talking about having a hot girl summer and whatever, but they're having a Sierra summer. You know what I mean? They're happy in relationships and whatever, but they telling you to do this and telling you to do that, and, you know, you out here running wild and whatever the case may be, but they have whole relationships, you know, that they're happy in and stuff. So that was the first time that I even heard anything. I mean, I seen people saying hot girl summer, but I never looked into it, never paid it no attention until Just Hilarious made that video. And then I seen somebody commenting, and I follow this group called, I think it's called Men's Point of View.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's what it's called. The one guy is Antoine. Well, he posted something about hot girl summer or something, and this lady was saying, I don't know why men get so offended. It's about women empowering, you know, being empowered to accomplish anything they want and whatever. And then somebody else got on there and was like, sis, you're lying, you know, that's the concept is all wrong. But I never went back to go see what exactly the actual thing is. So those things that I gave you right there, that's the only understanding that I have of it. I've never actually looked into it, or I don't know.
Well, I tell you like this. I seen a video with the hot girl. So how you doing, La? How you doing,
oh, hey, Mike. I'm like, okay.
Slow. Wait.
But,
so you seen a video? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I done seen a video of Hot Girl Summer, and it was kind of ratchet, to tell you the truth, because the video on Facebook, these girls it was guys sitting in a chair, and then they had whipped cream on a cucumber.
Oh Lord!
And the girls was actually acting like
that's having a hot girl summer.
I guess they supposed to be getting freaky or whatever, because I guess that's the hot girl summer. It's a lot of women out here doing their hot shit now, you know, sneaking around doing whatever they got to do. But in the video, they was actually
I'm gonna have to do some research and find out what a hot girl summer is, and maybe we can talk about that our next episode.
I'm gonna let you, Sassy, and Queen talk about that.
Well, why do we have to talk about it? We're not having none of us are having a hot girl summer.
Some of them might be.
And talk about it.
Hold on. Did you say?
I'm gonna catch it, Flo.
I said that me, Sassy, and Queen are not. Why do we have to dissect it? Because we are not having a hot girl summer. And you said some of them might be. So who are you talking about?
I ain't saying that. I said somebody might be having a hot girl summer. You never know. I don't know.
I'm sure not having a hot girl summer.
Well, we know. I forgot the last conversation we had. I forgot your friend was in remission. Don't
come at me, Flo. Don't
and
do that.
I ain't coming at you. It's all love. You know what I'm saying?
You missed the whole show, and you can get on here and coming at my life.
Ooh, I ain't coming at your life,
throw his hands up. Like, that ain't what I meant.
First of all, I don't have a boyfriend no more.
I did not say they were retired. I didn't say that you did. Did you hear the words coming out of my mouth?
I
You could
did.
have
I
catch
did.
it slow.
I did.
No, but the hot girl summer video that I seen, it was actually like they was at a cookout or a park or whatever, and they was doing a contest, and I'm like, if this was the hot girl summer, they supposed to be shaking their ass or whatever, doing whatever, but these girls were actually performing fellatio on a cucumber, and I was like, well, damn, if that's the hot girl summer, I said it's gonna be a lot of happy brothers out here in the world.
Well, I mean, happy cucumbers, not really happy brothers.
Happy
cucumbers.
Well, I'm just saying, the way some of them girls are working at cucumber, somebody gonna have a happy summer.
Oh, Lord.
Not
the views are slow.
No, I wish I had shared the video with you, Jacob, because I promise you, if you had seen the video,
I want to see the video
Let
too.
me make this disclaimer. The views are slow.
The views are slow is not generated formulated by the people in this group. It's just me, moi. I put myself out there like that. But getting back to what you were talking about earlier about the video, because I came in, I just got off work, I had to make that paper. But the video that you still talking about the video, right, David?
Go for it.
Now, the video I seen, and the girl sitting there, having makeup done and her nails done and lipstick done, and like I always say, somebody's attitude can't make them ugly. But basically, if you're talking about a man, you ain't got no time, you don't want to date a man, all you want him to do is pay your bills, that's cool, because all you're looking for is a sugar daddy. Point blank, period. That's what you're looking for is a sugar daddy. But me and Jacob had this conversation, and I'm a real person. I'm a realist. Now, my thing is this. If you want a sugar daddy, okay, that's cool. Because if I was in that situation, my perfectly answer and perfectly honest would be, okay, you want a sugar daddy, you don't want us to go out, you don't want to date. Now, before I get into the subject, what I'm about to say, because Jacob already said, here we go. I had a friend, old co-worker, and he told me about this girl that he had met, and he said the only thing that the girl wanted him to do was to feed her and fuck her. Now, that's a sugar daddy. You want somebody to feed you. But getting back to this video with this girl,
that is not a sugar daddy.
Hey, JG, if you want me to take you out to nice restaurant, that's a sugar daddy. Because if I'm giving you steak and lobster, then you're gonna give me some head and some crobster. You know what I'm saying?
But that is not. No. That's a hoe, is what that is.
Exactly, but so if you want to be a hoe,
that's not no. That's not no sugar daddy. First of all, sugar daddy, no, that ain't no sugar daddy. That might be a sweet tooth, but that ain't no sugar daddy.
She said
now wait a minute. That's the thing that I was about to say, and I'm about to say it because, like that girl said in the video, and I told Jacob, point blank, if you want a sugar daddy, you want somebody to pay your bills, because that's what you're asking about, for somebody to pay your bills. You don't care about dating, you care about getting dressed up, you just want to go out to eat, you don't even want to go out to eat, you just want somebody to pay your bills. So
if that's the case, you don't want to go out to eat.
Yes, you don't want to go out to eat, but that's the case. If you want me to pay your bills, then I don't care. Okay, as soon as I dial that number, I'm telling you, I'm coming over. I don't care if you're on your period. You better open up your mouth, because I'm going to drill in some holes in your mouth. Whatever cavity you got, we're going to knock them out. Because if I'm paying your bills, your light bills...
So you're saying that in order for you to pay her bills, she got to give you something in return, right?
I told you. Ain't that what I said earlier?
Well, see, but that's what I was saying. That's what I said. Like, what she's really looking for is to prostitute. Like, that's what she's really looking for.
Exactly. You looking for somebody to pay your bill. So if you want to do it like that, I don't care if I call you up at 3:00 in the morning, 1:00 in the afternoon, 7:00 in the morning, 8:00 at night. You better be ready. Because if I'm paying rent,
first of all, I don't think she's even ready for all of that. Because if a man is paying your bills, like, okay, he don't live there and whatever, and he's paying your bills, he should have a key to your house. He should be able to come over whenever he wants to, all that kind of stuff. And the way that she's saying it, though, like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the angle that she's coming at it from. But let's not get it twisted. That is not a sugar daddy. She's not looking for a sugar daddy.
Hey,
yes, he's
not a sugar daddy.
Some people look at it like that way, some people don't. But I'm just telling you, when that phone rings, you already know.
You better pick up.
You better pick up.
Listen, sugar daddies pay like they weigh. That's not a sugar daddy. Sometimes sugar daddies they don't necessarily, sometimes they just want to go have a good time. They just want to have, something pretty and young on their arm. They want, they just tired of their wife, or they're tired of being lonely, or whatever the case may be, but they don't want to be with nobody.
And that's true.
But you don't always have to sleep with a sugar daddy.
If I'm paying, I'll put it to you this way.
And they pay like they weigh.
I don't
They're
know.
They're not paying $150 UGI bill or gas bills or whatever. They're paying $1,200 mortgage and rent.
And that's what I'm saying. So if I'm paying all that, I guarantee you, when I call, when I'm in that mood, or if I feel ready, I don't care what kind of mood you're in. You had a fucked up day.
She's okay with that. I mean, she seems like she would be okay with that.
Okay, so when I come over, that means I'm gonna put you on your forehead any kind of way. It don't matter.
She would probably be fine. She would probably be fine with that. She didn't say that she wasn't. She didn't say, I'm not giving you nothing in return. She just said, I don't want to go out to eat. I don't want nothing. I don't want to. She didn't say, I'm not giving you nothing in return. Like, she said she don't want to talk. She don't even want to talk about no going out to eat or no, none of that.
Okay, so then when I step through the door, we ain't nothing to talk about.
She didn't say that she would have a problem with that.
Hey,
so here's the question.
Here's my question. Go ahead.
Because on a couple of pages that I've seen this video posted, her age comes into play or question. Do you think age has something to do with it?
Absolutely.
Like somebody said, well, she's probably young, and that's the reason why she's talking like that.
Well, I agree with that, because some of these people nowadays, I ain't even gonna say that, because young ain't got shit to do, to tell you the truth, because even some grown women now is the same way. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of grown. It is a lot of grown women out there, but it's when I say young, I mean like she's got to be 35. She's got to be 35 or younger. In my opinion, she's probably got to be 35 or younger, and she's probably listening to, I'm not gonna call anybody's names out.
Don't you do it?
She's probably listening to some of these, female artists that are,
go ahead,
saying whatever.
Nicki,
and I wasn't even gonna say. I wasn't gonna say Cardi B.
Okay.
Yeah, I was but I wasn't, I wasn't going to say Cardi B or nothing like that. I don't really get into Cardi B's music like that. I will say that her album was pretty decent though. And the thing that I love about Cardi though, I'm not really, like I said, a fan of her music, but the thing that I love about her is that she's unapologetically herself at all times. I don't never feel like she's being like fake or nothing like that. And it's like she said, she raps about the experiences that she's had and what she's going through to get like where she's at and stuff. But she says she don't feel like she should be nobody's child's role model, because it's up to parents to be their own kids' role model. Like, it's up to you as a parent to keep your kids from listening to my music, because I don't make my music for your kids. You know what I mean? So like I can respect her. I can respect her on that. But like the city girls and stuff like that, like, they wild, and that's what these little girls are. That's what these little girls and these young women. That's what they're seeing, and they think that it's okay. And I mean, it's not.
One girl.
Now answer me a question. Who was on it? Hold up, Jacob, 1 second. Who was on that city girl video that was on the boat?
Cardi B.
So that's why I put it in that category. That's why I put it in that category. Wow.
She was dancing, but what I'm saying is Cardi B is not out here like, she's like, I shouldn't be your kid's role model. Like, and she's right about that. She's not making music for, kids or whatever. It's just that kids, having access to the music or whatever the case may be. She's like, I'm not telling nobody to do, what I did or, whatever. I'm not saying that she's right, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, people do follow after her, but I think it's more so like the city girls and the Megan Thee Stallion that chicks are like really following after, as far as this, like, busting it open on online and stuff, all the crazy stuff that they're doing.
Well, wait a minute, isn't that Cardi B busting it open online?
Huh?
I'm not Cardi B alone.
I'm not saying that she's not, because we can't just leave it at Cardi B, because then we have to go back to, you know, Trina. Trina's been a freak, been rapping about, you know, whatever, but nobody back then said that, you know, Trina was the reason that, you know, females were acting out and, you know, whatever the case may be. I think Cardi B might have kind of really, I mean, Nicki Minaj probably started the wave, but Cardi B probably, you know, with some of these young girls influenced it a lot. Yeah, but this whole hot girl summer and all this kind of stuff, that comes from those city girls. Is that what they're called, city girls?
They from Miami, I guess so. Yeah, they call it.
I think they're called. Yeah, I think they're the city girls, and I know the other chick's name is like Megan Thee Stallion or whatever. But they're very, you know, they're very vulgar. They're very explicit, and like they really give you directions and instructions on what to do. So that's what I'm saying. I really think that like this whole hot girl summer and all this stuff has been like a wave within like the past year. That,
so wait,
you know,
doesn't Cardi B tell you what she wants you to do and how to do it too?
This for hell.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Like I said, I don't really listen. I don't really listen to her music. The songs that I have heard, I don't think that she's telling you to do this and do that and whatever. You ain't see them past posts in the beginning when she first came out, her talking about doing this and doing that, and the videos that she was putting online with Offset, like they were having sex, or she getting thinking about it. All right now. And she was getting what? No, I didn't see none of that.
Oh yeah, she had a nice one.
I'm not defending her. I wouldn't want my daughter. My daughter can't listen to Cardi B. I wouldn't want my daughter knowing nothing about Cardi B. You know what I mean? I'm not defending her. What I'm saying though is I'm saying these new wave of chicks, like this. It seems like within the last year, stuff just got real crazy, and I think that it's the City Girls and Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, I could be wrong about that. But I'm just saying that's my take on it. Like I don't know.
I feel you.
That's just my take on it. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that, you know, Cardi B is a stand up, you know, role model. She also isn't trying to be anybody's role model, and she said that she's not. So I kind of
listening to the breakdown. Flow stop.
She stand up right. She stand straight up.
Make sure you check out us on social media, wherever you're listening to this. All of our links are there. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, like page and the group. We not on Twitter yet, but I'm thinking about going to Twitter. We'll let you know when we do that. I'm laughing at y'all. Y'all are laughing.
You know,
this conversation right here.
Lala, my buddy. I'm just hurt that she said I came after. I ain't come after you, Lala. That hurt my feelings. I thought we was cool.
If we could do this, because we ain't did it in a while. Have the ladies take over show. So we ain't did this in a minute.
So we ain't even had a man's takeover show.
We gonna do a man takeover show.
Y'all have the man cave. You know, y'all can go to the man cave.
Oh, wow. Really?
They don't want me in the man cave. They say I talk too crazy.
That ain't it. That is not what it is. Stop
they say I talk too crazy.
Flo know he can come to the man cave whenever he gets ready. I don't know. But yeah, make sure y'all check out all the other shows. You got Socially Awkward, you got the Man Cave, you got a lot of different shows that are intertwined in Tone Deaf Network now. So make sure you check that out. Look for our link tree, the breakdown. Yeah, man, we all over the place. We should have started doing this music and stuff. So y'all pay attention. Be looking out for that. I'm trying to think of anything else. We need to do another show real soon.
Yeah, we need to do a show.
Part 2.
I say we need to do another show.
Part 2.
We need to do a show. Oh, hoes in the city, male and female.
Oh Lord, here you go.
Hoes in the city.
We already know Lala can hold her own. Lala
Yeah,
hold her own. Queen
she
hold
holds
her
down.
own.
You sure
Lassie
do.
hold her own. So, I want to see this show with the ladies takeover. And me and Flo gonna do me one. Matter of fact, I just talked to my boy, and I've been talking about him for ages. Logic is coming to the breakdown. Listen out for when. I will let you know. Me and Logic gonna have a sit down conversation. We're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna talk about dating. We're gonna talk about some of everything. He gave me the green light. It's happening. I've heard y'all, because there's been people hitting me up like, what about this dude Logic you be talking about? He gave me the green light. I just talked to him the other day. And so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, we gonna do part 2 to this. We got to, because I know we talking to Flo. We really got beside ourselves talking about this conversation.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't say beside ourselves. I mean, some people put themselves out here on social media, and I don't think they think before they talk. Or somebody need to sit here.
They don't.
And and I believe, I believe that, because I be watching what's that? What is that show? TNT something. Basically with Shaq and all them stuff. Well, not even that. Stephen A. Smith. Before you hit that send button, think about what you're saying. Or before you record, think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
Some people, I don't think people think about what they say or what they do.
They get caught up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because, and then the sad part about it, that girl could have been somebody's sister, somebody's cousin, auntie, somebody's mama. But even though the way that you, I ain't even want to say betraying yourself or
it
what you want to
is. Yeah, she out here making herself look like a $2 hoe. No, let me stop.
Exactly. Now you telling the truth, but ain't no lying in that. Don't throw something out there and hold your hand
I'm
back.
just saying, the men that are paying mortgages wouldn't even go her way.
Yeah, and that's the synopsis. I'm gonna do something a little something. I've been talking about it for a minute. Also, we gonna do some barbershop talk. I want to do some barbershop talk and get the guys in and talk about some stuff that we talk about as far as relationships. Now, 9 times out of 10, usually, unless a lady goes and sit down in a barbershop, she won't hear this conversation. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little bit of it. That's our kind of like man cave, the barbershop. Flo knows.
We already know.
We go in, we talk about some of everything, but I'm gonna let y'all in. Be looking out for that. Other than that, you might break up, you might break out, but by all means, don't break down. We'll be back next time.